So Starrcade 2018, it's in the books, and you're damn right I'm going to talk about it because Starrcade is an event I used to look forward to back in the day, and I'm talking about before WCW was the cool thing to watch in the mid to late 90s. I'm talking about late 80s, early 90s, when WCW was just doing their own thing, original as fuck, and they weren't trying to be like Vince and the WWF at the time. And they were. They had their own way to go about business and their own way of doing things. The lights were always down dimmer, so it felt more intimate. Their ramp, it wasn't just that small little downward sliding ramp where you walk into the aisle and you walk to the steps. No, WCW had this gigantic ramp from the time you hit the stage to the time you got to the ring apron. If there was no ropes, you could literally walk into the ring. No steps were even needed. I used to love that gigantic ramp. You could do so much with it. You could dive off of it, jump off of it, throw people off of it, go through it. WCW always did original shit. Right up into the mid-90s when they did that stupid rotating ring. At first, that was an original concept. That was kind of cool for a small little crowd that they had down there in Florida. You know, it wasn't as outrageous as a six-sided ring. I think that is totally the dumbest fucking idea you could think of. But WCW tried new shit. Some of it stuck, some of it didn't. What did is an event called Starrcade that was around for years and years and helped catapult careers that weren't necessarily in WWF, but helped them get name recognition outside of the main company. Guys like Sting, guys like Ric Flair, guys like Arn Anderson, guys like Vader. And you can go on and on. Starrcade was always just a staple in the calendar year for WCW. And it's cool that they sort of reignited it. And I say sort of because it is absolutely 1,000,000% a shell of what it once was. I say if you're going to bring back Starrcade, do it the right way. Replace one of your stupid Fastlane pay-per-views or one of your fucking Vengeance pay-per-views or whatever other stupid title you have, and make it Starrcade. And let's make this thing special again, if you're going to reignite it again. Instead, last year, it comes out and it's just a house show. It's not even on the network. This year, they upped the ante a little bit, and the ante was just a 1-hour network show. 1 hour. Well, when you look at a 3+ hour cool house show, how are you going to dwindle that into 1 hour? What are you really going to put into this 1 hour? And you're going to put it on the network. It had at least 7 to 10 days of build, so people are kind of excited. Are we going to see something cool? The best part about seeing these type of events is you're going to see a little bit of a house show, right? When the network puts on something like this. I just didn't feel right about them associating a house show with Starrcade. Something didn't sit well with me with this whole concept. And last year, I didn't get too frustrated with it because, again, it wasn't on the network. It was just a live event. So I just saw some photos. I got a little perturbed, but never really frustrated. Well, for this year's Starrcade, they put it on the network. And you say, hey, BC, beggars can't be choosers. At least we get an hour of it, right? No, I would have rathered we not get an hour of that last night because I don't know what the fuck I witnessed last night watching Starrcade. And the only reason I caught it later is because my Green Bay Packers were getting the shit kicked out of them yet again by the Minnesota Vikings because the Packers forgot how to fucking win games. Our offensive line never shows up to the game. The defensive line never even makes the airplane to get over to where they're supposed to be. And Aaron Rodgers just gave up. He's fucking Danica Patrick in real life, and he's like, fuck it, man. I don't need anything else. I just signed a huge contract. I'm fucking Danica Patrick. Why do I need to fucking put in any effort in these games? Special teams, non-existent. The Green Bay Packers to be right now, non-existent. So I said, what the fuck? How can I get away from this misery? Oh yeah, Starrcade is on. I was going to catch it after the game, but you know what? I said I think there was 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and I knew exactly what was going on. I knew the Packers didn't have a fucking prayer in this world. So I tuned on to fucking Starrcade. And I don't know which was worse, the Packer game or the fucking Starrcade event. Because here's fucking a lot. First of all, a couple of positives for you positivity police out there that say I never say anything positive. I love the house show feel. If you take Starrcade out of it, the house show itself and the dimmed lighting, that felt like old school WCW. That felt like old school Starrcade. But let's be honest, they really only did it because it's a fucking house show. So they dim the lights. I wish they did that more on Monday Night Raws and SmackDowns. It makes it more of an intimate feeling. It makes it a cool feeling. And it just makes for a better atmosphere in pro wrestling. So they dim the lights out. The mic system, when Elias starts out Starrcade and he starts off singing. He's got his fucking guitar going. He's about to sing a song with Ric Flair. He brings out Nature Boy Ric Flair. And the sound system is all echoey. I know it's hard to hear. In fact, everyone that was on the microphone last night, I could barely make out what they were saying. But that makes it a house show. That's the cool part about going to a house show. It's raw. There are no special fucking lights. There is no fucking magnificent speaker system with the microphone. Everything is echoey. And it's just raw. I love that shit. No pun intended to Monday Night Raw. This is the good type of Raw. Not the shit we see on Monday nights. So the lights are dimmed, you got the sound system is all echoey, it feels raw, it feels like a house show. Again, that's cool if it's just a house show. But this is supposed to be Starrcade, something a little more special. We didn't get anything special. We got Ric Flair, and Ric Flair is one of those special talents I talked about who really got their name made at events like Starrcade down in WCW. Guys like him and Vader and Sting and Arn Anderson, the Four Horsemen as a whole. And then you see what it is last night, man. And Ric Flair coming out, yeah, it's good to see him. But let's be honest, WWE brings Ric Flair out for live events all the time. Talents like Ric Flair. But okay, you say, okay, Ric Flair's out there, it's going to be cool. He's going to sing a song with Elias. This is a cool beginning. Okay, we can do this. Because fuck yeah, I've been walking with Elias for months and months now. I'll walk with Elias and Nature Boy right now. But no, we get an interruption by the irresistible force. What the fuck is she called? Hashtag breaking fucking people, breaking faces. Hashtag just don't fucking sit on anybody else. Nia Jax and Tamina Snuka come down with a fucking just off the wall Alicia Fox. I don't know how much caffeine she had or if she was doing extracurricular activity backstage, but Alicia Fox was off the wall last night. I couldn't even keep track. I'm trying to make out what they're saying on the sound system because I can barely make it out. And here I have Alicia Fox bouncing off the wall on some type of sugar high. At least I hope it's just sugar. And Mickie James is out there as well. All four ladies, Tamina, Nia, Mickie, and Alicia, come down. And they want to sing a song with Elias and Nature Boy. The sound system is already really bad, so I can't hear what they're saying. And Nia Jax starts screaming songs. I don't even know what she's saying, guys. This isn't just poking at Nia Jax, all right? This is literally, I don't know what she is screaming. Her voice is ear-piercing. At this point, the Packer game had me almost wanting to put my head through a cement wall. Nia Jax singing, I literally, for the next 6 minutes, was trying to get my head out of my fucking apartment wall. Couldn't find a cement wall per se, but my apartment wall would do just fine. The next 6 minutes, I tried getting my fucking head out of my fucking apartment wall, thanks to Nia Jax attempting to sing. So I don't even know what this led to. What did this lead to? Oh, yes. Elias sets up a match somehow. I don't know why Elias is setting this up. But Sasha Banks, Bayley, Ember Moon, and... help me out here, guys. Who the fuck? I think it was... who the fuck? Dana Brooke? Dana Brooke, I believe, is now faced with Sasha, Ember, and Bayley. So those four come down, and now we have a match. Now, before I can complain anymore about what the atrocity we just watched, or are about to watch in this 8-woman tag match, let me just say it's damn good to see Ember Moon at least. She's still alive. She's still wrestling. For those of you that forgot about Ember, because whenever you see her, she's losing to either Tamina Snuka or Nia Jax. Or she's not even on Monday Night Raw, like last week, and I believe the week before. But no, she's still around. They're just using her at house shows now and kind of putting her in the background. So Sasha Banks ends up looking like Sasha Banks. It's great to see her. It's great to see Ember Moon. But we got to see Nia Jax trying to get this new nuclear heat everybody's talking about. BC, whether you guys like it or not, Nia Jax is getting a reaction now. She's getting organic nuclear heat, BC. It's fun when Nia Jax comes out now, because now we get to participate. You do you. You have fun the way you're going to have fun at these live events or television shows. When Nia comes out, you make all the noise you want. You boo her. You cheer her. You look at everyone beside you and you go, look, she's got a reaction. You do you. I know what's going on here. I know that people don't want to see her in the ring because she's careless and reckless. This isn't the type of heat where you're like, wow, you did something to earn it. You're doing something in that ring, or at least on the microphone, or backstage to make us go, you're one of the best heels in the business. No, you're hurting people for real, and we're supposed to step back and go, wow, that's one of the best heels, man. That's not organic nuclear boo heat, all right? What that is go the fuck away heat. Get the fuck out of here heat. Go back and learn what you're doing. Teach yourself. Have someone teach you. Go on Google. Google that shit, how to be a pro wrestler, whatever you gotta do. Hooked on Phonics, the Pro Wrestling Edition, Wrestling for Dummies 101, whatever you need to do, go back and learn. Those are the boos. But I know in Vince's world, it doesn't matter as long as they're getting a reaction, so it's actually working against us. The boos are actually showing Vince, hey, she's getting a reaction. So now, double-edged sword here. Not only do we lose Becky Lynch, we don't get to see Becky and Ronda at Survivor Series. Fuck whatever you think is going to happen at WrestleMania. Nobody knows yet. So, without trying to predict the future, or WrestleMania, or anything in the future, what we did is we lost Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey. That's the first huge negative. We did not get to see that main event Survivor Series. Secondly, we lost Becky Lynch as a whole. She was at the pinnacle of her career. She was riding this huge momentum of success, and she's gone. And in its absence, Vince McMahon is trying to do that with Charlotte now. But on top of that, now we have Nia Jax getting even more spotlight because she broke Becky Lynch's nose and gave her a concussion. We lost at every fucking which way you could think of. Everywhere you turn, the fans were getting knocked out. Hashtag face breaker. How about hashtag you fucking suck? Hashtag that shit on your social media. Because she is fucking... Last night, what did she bring to that match? Go back and watch it. Don't just say I'm being mean. Don't say I'm just being negative. Go back and watch and tell me what Tamina and Nia brought to that match. Nothing. Nothing. About as much as Alicia Fox brought to it. Sasha Banks defeats Alicia Fox. 1, 2, 3. No. This was a fucking Banks statement, I believe. So she had Alicia tap out. That's cool. Sasha gets a victory. Sasha's music is playing. It's almost like Sasha's relevant again. But no. Come Monday night, she'll be losing to Nia Jax and Tamina again, right? There'll be another redundant rematch. Or maybe Vince will bring us into a flashback and we'll go into another Riot Squad match. A flashback from Oh no, wait. That was a flashback from just a few weeks ago. In the 900 weeks before that. But at house shows, Vince is like, what are you talking about? We always have Sasha winning and looking relevant. Of course, at house shows when nobody else is watching. So Sasha Banks gets a victory, and it's almost bittersweet. It's almost like, what the fuck? Why isn't that happening on Raw and on pay-per-views? But on a fucking insignificant house show, she's all of a sudden winning an 8-woman tag match? Come on, bro. And again, at least we got to see Ember Moon, but that kind of crosses each other out because we also had to put up with Nia fucking Jax. And that was the first match. So something cool with Elias and Ric Flair ended up turning into something tragic, with Nia Jax and Tamina Snuka coming out and being a main focal point of Starrcade. In which, by the way, behind the scenes, I'm hearing a story that Nia Jax and Tamina Snuka left the arena early before Starrcade went off the air, and they had some cocktails at a local fucking hotel bar room. Now, some of you might be saying, I see no problem with that, BC. Their match is done. Superstars have been known to leave early. When you have that type of heat, and a lot of that locker room is looking at you a little fucking more crooked eye than they were, wouldn't you just want to stick around, absorb as much as you can, stick around for a match like AJ Styles and Samoa Joe, stick around for Shinsuke and Rey Mysterio, stick around to the end. Show everyone that you do want to be a part of this business. You do want to be one of the fucking best, even if we know that's never going to happen. At least that you show that passion. No, my match is done. Hey, Tamino, let's go get some drinks. I'm done with this shit. It shows you guys. It may not be a big deal to a lot of you, but it tells a fan like me for over 30 plus years where people's heads are at in this business. Nia Jax doesn't give a fuck about this business. This was the way for her to make a living. What am I good at? Looked in the mirror, she asked herself that question honestly, and she said, you know what? I ain't good at shit. I know The Rock and my family's in the business. I'm a pretty big woman. I can dominate. I'm gonna be a pro wrestler. Prove me wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Say, BC, that's bullshit. BC, she's got passion. BC, she goes above and beyond. BC, she stays till the end and she learns her craft to the utmost detail. Tell me I'm wrong. Go ahead. Tell me. Oh, wait. That was rhetorical. You can't tell me that shit, because I've already done my research. Moving on to the mid part of this 1 hour show. Miz TV, Rey Mysterio, and Shinsuke Nakamura. This would otherwise be a dream match. Instead, we got the bootleg version. This match boggles my fucking mind because Rey Mysterio, Shinsuke, it speaks for itself. Just let them go out there and kick ass. But no, we set up a Miz TV. Now, this could be fucking entertaining, especially if it's a live event like it's supposed to be, right? And the live event has some fun before the match. But for Starrcade, why are we having a Miz TV before this big match? So they're going to talk a lot of shit, and then they're going to fight. Well, this sounds like we're back in high school. You talk shit from periods 1 to 6, and then after school, you finally get it on. You talk so much shit, the entire school is pumped up to see this epic match, this epic fight, and you and little Billy Bob can't put on a good performance. You can't live up to that hype, so the fight's over in like fucking 21 seconds. One sucker punch got Billy Bob down, and you fucking toppled him a little bit. A couple of teachers broke it up, and the whole school that was pumped up for 6 hours throughout the day got a 21-second sucker punch ending. Nobody's going home happy, and they're looking at both of you like you're clowns. That's how we're looking at Mysterio and Shinsuke. They talk all this fucking shit on Miz TV, and then they just have a wrestling match. What the fuck was that for? And again, at home, I couldn't even hear what they were saying on the sound system. I made out a little bit of where they were going. Mysterio was trying to explain how Starrcade means so much to him. Just like I told you guys, it means a lot to me as well. And guys like Ric Flair, Sting, Vader, people like that made that event in this business so special. And then it went to Shinsuke, and Shinsuke goes, Arcade? And Miz is like, no, not Arcade, Shinsuke. It's called Starrcade. Do you even know where you're at right now? And Shinsuke says, yes, I know where I'm at, Miz. And he says, I just don't care about Starrcade. So I love that. Mysterio is talking about how much it means to him, and Shinsuke is talking about how he doesn't give a fuck about it. It just felt weird that you're trying to build up a match that you're about to have 1 minute later. This isn't like a SmackDown build to a pay-per-view this Sunday. No, this is literally building up something for a minute later. So I didn't get the whole Miz TV. Other than we got to see Miz be funny and fucking entertain us. So that's cool. It just felt off to me. A Miz TV before a big match like Shinsuke versus Rey Mysterio, Shinsuke, the United States strap holder. This could set up something big in the future, right? Instead, it was a 3-minute match, and Miz gets involved. I'm like, what the fuck? 3 minutes later, all of that was for a 3-minute match. Miz gets involved. This brings out Rusev, and now we have a tag team match. Lana gets on the microphone. Her Russian accent is totally gone. I used to love Russian Lana. Rusev Crash. It went with that character. Now we have just regular Lana, and she's like, let's do a tag match. Let's do Rey and my Rusev versus you two, Shinsuke and Miz. And I'm like, wow, I didn't see that fucking coming. And she tries to get a big reaction from the crowd. And I'm like, well, isn't that a downgrade? We were just about to watch a pretty damn cool, some would say dream match. Rey Mysterio versus Shinsuke Nakamura. And instead, we only got 3 minutes of that. And instead, now we're going to get a tag team match with Miz and Rusev. How is this a special on the network? How is this a Starrcade? How is this any fucking special on the network? A fucking simplistic tag match that I wouldn't even want to see on SmackDown. I wouldn't even want to see this in the dark match before SmackDown hits the air. But that's what we get at Starrcade. This match, I think, ended up going longer than the main event. Styles and Joe in a cage. When it was all said and done, I think Rey Mysterio ended up picking up the win. Rey Mysterio and Rusev, I want to say. I don't even give a fuck. I'm going to pull a Shinsuke here. He says he doesn't care about Starrcade. I don't care about it either right now. I do not care about this fucking ending of the match. I think Mysterio won this match because why the fuck would you have Mysterio lose this match? You just had him, you're trying to pump him up since he's returned. He's beating all these big names. I have no fucking idea. I just know that this was horrendous, guys. I don't even care about the outcome. I don't care about the match. It went on too long. And this shortened the main event. The main event was fucking AJ Styles and Samoa Joe inside of a steel cage. You better have something cool happen here, right? So did they? Of course not! That was damn good to see AJ Styles, especially when Vince takes the title off of him days before Survivor Series and then doesn't even put him on Survivor Series. You gotta think something more personal was going on and he was dealing with something else. You want to think that at least. Because why else would... this guy was going to one of the main events at Survivor Series to not even being on the show. So it was cool to see him and to see him back in a main event, even as nonsensical as it was. What was cringeworthy for me was seeing him in there with Samoa Joe. Because neither one of these guys can lose that match. Styles, coming off of losing his title, you need to start building him again to something cool at WrestleMania, even if there's not going to be a title on the line. And Samoa Joe, how many times can he lose against AJ Styles? I was fine with it the first 100 times. I was even fine with him tapping out to Styles that one time. Because Samoa Joe can build off of his character. Tapping out, we've never seen it before. This enrages Joe even more and makes him more of a beast. But they never went that route. They had him tap out just to make him look like a clown. But I was okay with that first time. It just didn't come out to fruition. Not as I would have planned it. If you're going to make him tap out, you might as well make that part of the story and make Joe more relevant. They didn't do that. So, never make Samoa Joe tap out ever again. What did they do last night? In a 13-minute match? That's right. It seems like a focal point was more on this nonsensical tag match with Shinsuke, Rusev, Rey Mysterio, and The Miz. More of a focus was on that, it seems, than the main event inside of a steel cage. With Joe and Styles, they gave them 13 minutes. Unfucking real. But how do you end this match? Samoa Joe tapping out to AJ Styles. What the fuck were they thinking? It's one thing if this is just at a house show, but to put that on the WWE network for everybody to watch, and you just have Samoa Joe again, not the first time, tap out like a fucking bitch to AJ Styles. Now it does not fit Samoa Joe's character. Now I don't know how you bounce back from that. You can't just say this was a fluke now. Now he's constantly tapping out. He's gonna be like Andrade Cien Almas. And you got dipshits going, don't worry, BC, Almas will have his time. He's new. No, he's being buried right now because the casuals, the mainstream media fans, and even some of the diehards are noticing that he is not clutch. When he needs to step up, he's tapping out. You expect smart people to just forget about all these losses that Almas is having? And then when he gets some momentum and he gets a winning streak, we're just supposed to forget him tapping out like a bitch or losing like a bitch every week? No, I'm not going to forget that type of booking. Because I'm not stupid. Because I bring realism into this shit. Now Samoa Joe, how can we look at this guy like a fucking beast ever again when he's constantly tapping out in 13 minutes to Styles inside of a cage, which you would think would suit Samoa Joe way more? That's my frustrations with this whole fucking card, but it doesn't even end there, by the way. But what we saw on the network ends with Styles up on the cage celebrating. We fade to black and go off the air, and that was Starrcade. Nothing, and I mean nothing special happened. In the live crowd, Bray Wyatt returned, guys. True fucking story. Bray Wyatt returned Saturday at Starrcade. And on Sunday's version, 1 hour version on the network, they never showed it. Baron Corbin came out, and because Braun Strowman actually has an elbow injury, he's getting fragments removed from his elbow, some shit. As somebody who has had a severe elbow injury, I know how fucking brutal that can be. So he can't compete. So Corbin issues an open challenge, basically. Bray Wyatt answers it. This is a cool fucking segment. And in the first match, Bray Wyatt defeats Corbin, but Corbin obviously using his powers as fucking general manager, acting, whatever the fuck you want to call him. He reignites this match. But Bray Wyatt, when it's all said and done, is the story here. Bray Wyatt returns in a cool segment. You could have put that on the network, and because you know it's going to be the talk of the town. Anybody who's going BC, they might save it for something bigger like Royal Rumble. Or BC, maybe they want to be a big thing on Monday Night Raw. But by Monday Night Raw tonight, the pictures, the photos, the news is all going to be out there. We've already going to see this Bray Wyatt. Why not, if you're really going to sell the WWE Network, you know how they sometimes have titles change at live events because they want people to think anything can happen at a live event. Well, this would kill two birds with one stone. You have Bray Wyatt return, so yes, anything can happen at a live event, so you have to go there. You have to spend money to go to live events because you never know what's going to happen. But on top of that, you have to buy the WWE Network because you never know what we're going to show you. Bray Wyatt, after all this time, many months, returns on the network. You could have sold that tonight on Raw. Fans that watched on the WWE Network got to see Bray Wyatt return. Am I the only one that has a business fucking brain around here? Instead, they want social media to blow up Bray Wyatt's return. So by the time he comes tonight, if he does, or at the Royal Rumble, it's downplayed. It's not as significant. His actual return was at Starrcade, and WWE failed to show him at Starrcade, the network version. So as if Starrcade couldn't be any more insignificant and nonsensical as it already was, the best part of the show isn't even on their 1 hour version. And I don't want to hear BC, they're saving him for something better. No, because the photos have already circulated. The news has already made its rounds. Wyatt is back. Whether it's tonight, next week, at the Rumble, it doesn't matter. He already returned. And it was a pretty cool segment with Corbin. Come on, man. It looked to be face Wyatt. I don't like face Wyatt. I like that strange, awkward, weird, mythical fucking Bray Wyatt. The one fucking Roman, the dark woods, at the fucking midnight with his little fucking lamp. I want that shit. Creepy as fuck. Downright scary for fucking pre-teeners. Right? He's the boogeyman under the bed. Not face Wyatt, man. I'm gonna like this as much as I liked him and Hardy together. Which was nil. Nada. I didn't. That's not where you use Wyatt. So what are you going to set up? Wyatt and Corbin now at TLC? Is he going to be Braun's replacement? Are they going to continue this tonight on Raw? And Wyatt makes his television return? It should have been at Starrcade. Because now, on top of all that bullshit, you made Starrcade the opposite of must-see. You made Starrcade completely irrelevant from the masterpiece it once was back in the day. If you're going to bring it back the right way. It's like when they brought back ECW. If you're not going to do it correctly, don't bring it back at all. Because now you're just tarnishing something that was once epic and meant a lot to us. Now you're literally taking down your fucking pants and pissing on that shit. I'm the Amplified Man. Tonight, a few hours away, we're going to hit Monday Night Raw. Tomorrow, I'll be with you guys for Raw's review and reaction. Tonight, like I said, do you feed Sasha Banks to Tamina and Nia again? Does Sasha and Bayley have to face the Riot Squad again? Who the fuck knows? Is Sasha even going to be on the fucking event? Is Ember Moon going to finally be able to show up on Raw? And maybe here's a concept, win a match. We're obviously gonna continue Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. That feud I'm actually looking forward to. Hopefully we find out what's going on with Corbin and Braun for TLC. If Wyatt is gonna be involved in that, then just bring him out tonight. Let's not hold this out any longer. We only have a few weeks left before TLC. We're gonna get some tag team schmazzery with all the stupid fucking nonsensical tag teams in the division. Maybe we'll get the Revival versus the Lucha Underground Summer House Party rematch tonight. Woo! I'm the Amplified Man. This has been the review for Starrcade, as if we even needed it, but I gave it to you anyway. We'll tune into Raw tonight, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. For now, Christmas is starting now. It started, man. When you think Starrcade back in the day, it always started the Christmas season, and we are in full effect. TLC is going to be your Christmas pay-per-view. This is going to be funny. We'll watch it all unfold, and we start the kickoff to that tonight, man. We really got to start kicking these storylines into gear, man. If you're going to get me excited for TLC, start it tonight. Amplified Man, coffees and ass whoopings. Check you later.